I remember that time I was helping him with his deck, and we were putting the cross beams in, and he's putting the slats on, and I stepped on a footstool, and the footstool slipped out from under me, and I went back and went down and smacked my head on the cement. And he was right on top of me, wondering, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" You know, he's wondering if I hurt myself or not. And I really did smack the back of my head. You know, it could have really done some damage, but as hard-headed as I am, it was all right.
Okay, my fondest memories of Mom and Dad have to be when I was deployed to Iraq. They shipped me off to South Dakota. And Mom and Dad knew how lonely I was. And I can remember multiple times that they made the trip across Wyoming and came to South Dakota to spend time with me on weekends, and a matter of 5 days. That's a long drive. I just remember them grabbing my wife, their daughter, and driving up there, and we played games and went in caves and Mount Rushmore, and they at that time they loved South Dakota, and I just kept wondering why they kept driving to South Dakota, because I hated it there. But I just remember they continue to come, and you know, that's how much love they have for their in-laws, their daughters and their husbands and their grandchildren. And I want them to know that I appreciate everything they've done for me, and I appreciate that they took me in their life, and they've cared for me so much. And I hope they've enjoyed their 50th anniversary, and as much as we've enjoyed them, and I want them to know that I love them, and I will always remember the little things that they've done for us. And no matter what the times have been, they've always made time for their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren. Judy and Jean are just wonderful, wonderful people. And Mom and Dad, I love you.
It's kind of my fallback story, but it's one of my favorite stories, primarily about Jean. But, you know, Judy does come along in a package, but it's just kind of a good indicator of their love and affection for even us outlaws. But it's back when I was trying to get married to his daughter, Jean, or to Kim there, and I, of course, needed to go ask for the hand in marriage. And it just so happened he was doing one of his favorite things at the time, and I should have known better than to interrupt. He was watching a BYU basketball game, and so I kind of slide on the couch next to the chair he was in, and I just sat there for a second and didn't know what to say, and I thought, okay, well, just go for it. And I said, "Hey, Gene." And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Can I ask you a question? I've just got something to ask you." And I think he knew what it was going on, but he said, "Sure, I guess." And so I asked him, and he just said, "No." I hadn't even finished the whole sentence, but he knew what I was asking, and he just said, he cut me right off, "No." And then just kept watching the basketball game. And I was a 19-year-old kid, I think, at the time, and I just didn't know what to think. I was a little taken back, because we have a good relationship, I thought, and, you know, I didn't know what would happen. And then that happened, and then I waited, and he looked at me. And then he smiled, and he said, "Of course, I think that will be just fine." And so I happily went up, and, you know, we went along my business. But that's about Jean, but I just always know that without a doubt, Judy's probably been one of the most wonderful mother-in-laws I could have. She's usually pretty upbeat, but she'll put me in my place as well. But I love the kindness that she's shown me through the 16 years that I've been in the family.
All right, just want to say thank you for raising me and letting me live with you guys for so long, and that's one of my memories, is just living with you guys and having you be such a great example to me. And I just want to say happy 50th wedding anniversary, and I love you very much. She raised me for, a year and a half while my mom was gone, and just my grandma driving me up in the big green truck, and I would be so embarrassed, and she would yell out the window, "Bye, Jamie, have a great day, I love you," in front of all my friends, and I was so embarrassed.
My best memory, or the most that I've learned from Jean and Judy, are their love and patience. They're very doting and nurturing to each other. Coming from parents who weren't that great, it's good to see them as an example of what I want to be when I'm celebrating my 50th. So I would say that's the best memory I have.